How is everybody doing? How's everybody's week starting off? I hope everybody's having a phenomenal week. I do need to change something out because in case you didn't check it out over the weekend, there was an amazing Tiger Fitness sale for the Arnold Classic. That's this thing right up here. That is over, so we're going to change the branded content back to... You can grab our book or you can get No Morbidity. No Morbidity is for sale right now at Ambrosia Collective. There's more going on the way to Tiger Fitness right now, but also... you can still get it at Vitamin Shop. We're doing very, very well there. Lots of other places coming up soon. We, like, our products and services are aimed to try to help people build healthier lifestyle habits. We are about to talk about this. I'm going to say hi to everybody, but for those of you that are new here, this is going to be an interesting couple of weeks because about 3 years ago, people brought out the pitchforks and stuff like that because of the things I was saying. All have turned out to be completely 100% true. And if you disagree with that, you can present your evidence and look stupid because everything I've said has been fucking true. Just so everybody can I got to find this here. Give me 1 second. I don't think I'm some sort of prophet or anything stupid like that. I just kind of take a look at the lay of the land, what's going on, and I try to envision what, not the enemy, because I don't want to necessarily call them the enemy, but what people are going to do based off of their previous actions. And I can clearly tell you that from everything I've seen in the last 15 years of my life, going from being a healthcare executive, then over to fitness, and then everything that's happened, by my prediction, they want you sick, and they want you on pharma, and they want you to basically be enslaved to them in doing so. Let me find so much stuff is going on. Now, I've talked about a few of these videos recently already that we're going to talk about today, but I just wanted to point out a few things. Let me see here. So this is the one I wanted to talk to everybody about. Present, share screen, and then I'm going to say hi to everybody after that. Window right here. So this is my Twitter page. If you're not following me, it's the MFing COO right here. You can follow me on Twitter, or you can follow me on Instagram where they allow me to have me. TikTok, I'm probably making a few of the TikTok videos today. I don't fucking know. But on January, we'll pull this up just so people can see it. But on January 30th of 2022, so over a year ago, I said to watch for public health officials to start pushing weight loss surgery and pharma with known serious side effects and minimal results for weight loss. Addressing the source of obesity will not happen, as healthy lifestyles are the enemy of big pharma, food, sugar, and they are in it for the money. I shared it again here this morning because I said take a look at how many commercials you are seeing for Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro, others. We even have people like Queen Latifah being a complete fucking sellout piece of shit human being and fucking working for big pharma. So much street cred there, Queen Latifah. So much street cred. But I just wanted to point out that I've been warning people about this for a while. I've also been warning people about the dangers of political correctness because it is just institutionalized lying. Those sorts of things. Not all fat people are fucked up mentally. Not all thin people are right in the head. I would say at least about, speaking as a fat person, I would say at least about your health, you're fucked up in the head. If you're a 300-pound if you're a 250-pound male and you're of average height, you're fucked up in the head. You're hurting yourself, as I was. So not all thin people are right in the head. That's for fucking sure, because we live in the 2020s. But all fat people have an issue with their food. All of them. 100%. 100%. People that are, if you're morbidly obese, you have problems with food. You've got an eating disorder. If you're a 300-pound person, you've got an eating disorder, period. Get treatment for it. Stop fucking trying to pretend you don't. It's crazy. Let's see, but again, I did state this, watch for public health officials to start pushing weight loss surgeries. This was a year ago. This was over a year ago, January of 2020. I challenge any of you to try to state that this isn't actually coming true, because it absolutely is. Yeah, I mean, like, you rationalize shit out of your head. Like, it's reality. Like, people can deny it. They have every right to. It doesn't mean it's less denial. I have a few videos we're gonna watch. Videos. See if this one works.
Now,
it does.
we've
Okay.
just come out of a crisis where...
So this is the other day. This is Russell Brand and a guest of his. And I want to play this all the way through. We will talk about it more. And then this was, I think, like last week. And I believe I talked about this video already. So this was about last week. And I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat here in a second. But I just want to get this out first, because we're going to talk about this. And we're going to go over many, many topics today. As I think it's just massively important to where we get where we're going with everything, like where we get this stuff.
There's been some controversy around injecting children.
Controversy, I like how it says it.
Needlessly. What is this new obesity drug, Ozempic, and what's the story behind it, and why is it dangerous, Callie?
So, I have not collaborated with either of these men, obviously. But by the way, Russell Brand, if you want to have me on your show, please reach out to my people. Can talk to your people. My people happen to be me, because I don't have like people like that. But anyway, here we go.
Well, this is a scandal that I think is the biggest story in the country right now. The American Academy.
I would agree with him, because this is not being looked at. This is a travesty. What's happening right now, and I warned all of you.
Academy of Pediatrics, which is what sets the guidelines for pediatrics in this country, is actually a wholly owned subsidiary of pharma. More than the majority of their funding comes from pharma, but they set the agenda. And just last week, they recommended that every obese and overweight person in this country over 12 gets an obesity drug, and this is a lifetime injection. It says on the label for this drug that there are serious and unknown metabolic effects if you go off this drug. So we have seen teenagers, particularly during COVID, now 45% obese or overweight. It's obviously because of a rigged food system. Early in my career, I actually helped Coke rig the system. They pay the American Academy of Pediatrics directly. They pay the American.
And to this, they pay the American Academy of Pediatrics. The Mayo Clinic also takes money from these people also, too. I think it was the Mayo Clinic, but there was finally a statement that BMI isn't accurate, and they suggest waist to hip ratio, not height. Any thoughts? My heights is... You could even just take straight up waist circumference for the average human being, and if you're a male and your waist is over 40 inches, you're a fat fuck, and you should do something about it. The semantics are getting in the way. You know, if you are obese by any standard, take an assessment of yourself. If like so very few people could actually say, even though I'm obese by this standard, either the BMI, waist to height ratio, body fat percentage, very few people can say that it doesn't apply to them. That it's just semantics, and it's just a way for them to make people feel better. They're bought and paid for. Being fat is in fact fucking bad for you. The average person who has a BMI of 30 is tragically fucking ill, has a huge pot belly, and almost no muscle mass to them. Society is in fact fucked because people are in fact fucking weak, and we should get there fucking faster, because as a newsflash, I'm going to look out for me and mine. And I know a bunch of people that are just like me. I have done the fucking work to be fucking healthy, to be fucking prepared. If you motherfuckers can't get your fucking insulin or your type 2 diabetes meds or anything else that you're on, even though the BMI might not say that you're fucking obese, or you don't believe the BMI, like, your diabetes medications don't give a fuck if you don't believe the BMI. You know, your osteoarthritis doesn't give a fuck if you think it's a racist marker, you know? And I'm not saying you do, Green Bean. I'm saying that they're fucking all complete whores when it comes to money. And that's where it came from.
Diabetes Association. Those associations, the medical establishment, has been silent that the fact that the cells and the metabolism of our children has been decimated by our food companies. But now that...
I'm just going to let everybody know, if you end up leaving 4 or 5 comments in a row, please don't do that. I'm not going to be reading that shit. It looks like you're spamming to me, and I'm not going to be reading that shit. If you got a question, fine. But if you want to make a long fucking long statement, please feel free. But please don't do that. I'm not, please don't. Okay.
45% of children are overweight or obese. We are getting a full court press to have this obesity drug injected into a large percentage of American teens, making them lifetime patients. What's so dangerous about this, Russell, and honestly heartbreaking, having a new son, is that obesity isn't the problem. The problem is that children systematically, through a rigged system, are putting, poisonous processed food into their system. And even if this obesity drug worked perfectly, which it doesn't, it has massive side effects, if you're eating 25% less poison, you're still eating poison, you're still feeding your cells bad things, you're still going to have a lot of disease.
Not only should you try to eat whole foods mostly, and again, 5 to 10% maximum of food eaten just for pleasure, like nothing with processed carbohydrates in it should be viewed as healthy at all. Like there's no healthy bread. Like none. You people are fucking crazy. It's for pleasure. That's it. Like you don't need it. Like if it's not like, a vegetable, a fruit, a piece of meat, it's, chances are that there's some additive. Even then, buy local from local farms. Make sure you know how they raise. Do your very best to raise your own motherfucking food. Like, get there. You're fat because of you. You're fat. We can blame the food system all you want. So you're their bitch. You can't do anything about it. You're their bitch. If we can't do anything about it, then stand the fuck out of the way while some of us try to do something about it, or at least fucking stand behind us and help. But don't make excuses just because you fucking can't say no to ho-hos.
Is not an optimal life. So once again, it's a distraction. It's a pharma distraction, making lifetime patients. And I think the most important thing here, or one of them, is that this is projected to be the most expensive drug in American history.
Most expensive drug in American history.
We're on track to spend trillions on this drug. It would be much cheaper to just have healthy food for kids.
Now,
I challenge.
We've just come out of a crisis where there's.
I challenge anybody to go back into my stuff for the last year, where I have been saying we are fixed to spend an extra $1 trillion on this medication. I've been doing the math, talking about it, everything like that. Nobody wanted to fucking listen. If you have people from the age of 12 and up who are even overweight, prescribed one of these medications that is covered by insurance, or covered by Medicare or Medicaid, it is going to be billed to insurance or to Medicare or Medicaid in the amounts of $1,000 to $1,500 a month per person. Okay, so hopefully a 12-year-old or 13-year-old that all of a sudden starts this and then can no longer go off of it, we're looking at 50 to 60 years. So let's just do 50 years, right? That is 600 months at $1,500 a month. 600 months. That's not even right. Yeah, that's right. 50 years, 600 months at $1,500. People. Per person. If you just look at it for the year, just a year alone, and one person gets $15,000 per person gets billed to their insurance or gets billed to Medicare or Medicaid, $15,000 times 100 million people that could be prescribed this medication, we're looking at over $1 trillion a year, people. This is like what people, like the cash cow that was the vaccines for the bad cold that had most of you terrified because, in fact, most of you are stupid pussies. What? I said it. What the fuck you gonna do? Come get it. Come get it, stupid pussies. But you all you motherfuckers hid from a cold, and now we have this fucking massive cash cow for the pharmaceutical industry on something that fucking doesn't really look like it even fucking works, causes more problems than fucking, it should. And pharma runs the fucking world now. They run the fucking world now. I mean, 75% of all advertising is from pharma. Wake the fuck up, you stupid sons of bitches, motherfuckers. Now they're going to tell you to inject your children because you can't stop them from eating cereal every motherfucking day somehow. Like if you can't stop your kid from being fat, you maybe shouldn't have been a fucking parent. Because does it happen? Yes. Absolutely. Kids sneak food. Kids, you aren't in charge of it, but do something about it. Fucking do something. If your kid gets overweight, be involved, be engaged. Fucking worry about that shit. So hang on. Our local farmers market have a program with the state that provides low-income people $60 a month for fresh local produce. That's fucking outstanding. That's fucking outstanding. But we're talking, I mean, we're looking, this is no shit, we're looking at fucking $1 trillion a year. We already spend $4.1 trillion a year as of 2020. And 75% of that likely, $3 trillion close to, is spent on obesity and chronic illness and disease. These drugs have massively high side effect profiles, massively high. There's likely going to be other pharmaceuticals that a person's going to have to be on because they're on these medications, especially when you consider they have to take them for fucking ever, it seems like. You know, like they literally have to take it forever. They market it like it's another fucking diet. Do people realize that? Like, well, when you stop taking something, it fucking comes back. So it's like just a fucking fad diet. Like that's why with No Morbidity and Product 2 and Ember and everything like that, you hear me, Mark, Sean, Crystal, Mike Rashid talking about how you need to change your fucking lifestyles too. Like use it as a tool to change your fucking lifestyle. Don't just inject yourself in the fucking belly and then fucking go on. They don't even give these people any fucking, like we're just passing this shit out like it's fucking chiclets right now. Holy shit, people. $1 trillion we're going to add on to this. You think it's going to save that much fucking money? It's 15 to 20, like they boast about 20% weight loss for Ozempic. They boast about it after 14 months. We have clients that are on No Morbidity that have lost 25% of their body mass in 6 or 7 months. 25 fucking percent. We have a client that's lost 115 fucking pounds on No Morbidity and is still losing massive amounts of weight, completely controlled, eating at the calorie level they would eat at when they're done fucking losing weight, and just building healthier habits, working on their hydration, getting moving more. You know, what the fuck, people? It can be done with, and in no way am I saying that No Morbidity is a replacement for any of these pharmaceuticals. I'm just saying that you have pharmaceuticals that have known high side effect profiles that boast 20% weight loss in 14 months. And I'm letting you know that we have a natural supplement that is ancient wisdom with modern methods applied to it that has relatively no side effects, no serious side effects, has been safety tested forever in clinical human trials. And we're getting people producing 7 months, 25% weight loss, keeping it off, happy, not even realizing they're on it for 1/40th of the fucking cost, about 1/40th. Fucking crazy shit, people. Crazy. We gotta fucking, I mean, people need to fucking wake the fuck up. So that was about a week and a half ago. This was just the other day, and we talked about this yesterday. I don't know if everybody, a lot of people did not actually join the live yesterday. I was live. But I'd like to talk about this right here.
Hello. I am Admiral Rachel Levine, the Assistant Secretary for Health at the United States Department of Health and Human Services.
So this is Rachel Levine. You know, I'm sure there's a bunch of people tuning in to see if I'm going to say something about the fact that this is a biological male who has never even been to boot camp, that is dressed as a woman in an admiral costume. Because that's what that motherfucking is. That's a fucking costume. But this person's claim to fame, in my book, is that they were responsible for putting people back into nursing homes in the state of Pennsylvania while they were still contagious with a pathogen dangerous to the population. And before 2020, speaking as somebody that has worked in this industry and fired people for this very fucking thing, that would normally get you fired. To put a contagious patient back into a skilled nursing that then results in the death of other residents, before 2020, that could actually land you in jail if you were the administrator. You could go to jail for being at home. Like if your director of nursing admitted somebody that had, I don't know, like the flu, test positive for the flu, or things like that, you could go to jail. So we in New York and Pennsylvania, which the person cosplaying as an admiral right now in this picture, they were the Secretary of Health for Pennsylvania in 2020, and probably led to the death of tens of thousands of fucking people. Probably killed tens of thousands of elderly people in the state of Pennsylvania. I'm just saying that I'm not saying this is something that I would not want to openly discuss or even debate with her. That was nice. But I would openly debate with Admiral Levine. Anyway, I would openly debate this on live television and destroy this person. Because the law was you don't do that, and they did that anyway. But here we go. Just pay attention. Keep listening.
March is National Nutrition Month. And
I'm going to say again, this is a doctor who knows fuck all about nutrition, visibly.
the Biden-Harris administration is taking action to support public health by offering evidence-based guidance on nutrition. The 2025 to 2030 Federal Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee just met for the first time.
Yes, they just met for the first time, and those were the people, by the way, that decided that Lucky Charms are healthier than steak and eggs. Because why not talk about Lucky Charms being healthier than steak and eggs when you have a new drug that your employers from the pharmaceutical industry wish you to push? Because make no mistake about it, the entire healthcare industry, including the CDC, the FDA, and the regulating bodies around the healthcare and pharmaceutical industry are in fact private entities funded or privately getting funding from the pharmaceutical industry. Pharma owns everything right now. They own everything.
To begin its review of the relationship between diet and health throughout our lives.
They're going to begin the review of the relationship of diet and health. We're over 50% obesity. They're going to begin the review of nutrition. Great job, public health officials. I will state it again. I would do, and this is not me tooting my own horn, and I would probably hate having this job, but I could, myself and our crew, could have America vastly more healthy, vastly in a better financial position, and way more ready to defend ourselves.
This committee will make recommendations for the new dietary guidelines for Americans based on a number of important factors, including socioeconomic status, race.
Yes, let's make sure that we pull all of the keywords in for virtue signaling, socioeconomic status, race, blah, blah, blah. Let's exclude the fact that we are literally 50% obese and 80% overweight. Let's focus on this stupid shit.
Ethnicity and culture.
I will also say that being obese is not about poverty. Okay, I know that's hard for many people to understand, but if you're obese, it means you're eating in excess of calories 100% of the time. So just be there.
Each of these factors impacts the food that we eat, the food that we're able to access in our overall nutritional outlook. Okay,
I find this again. Who can't access food? Where? Show me. Tell me. Show me where these food deserts are. Show me the food that they have access to. I'd love to have a debate about this too. We literally, everybody is connected by computers in your hand. If you can have one of these in your hand, you have access to food.
This work is very timely because our country is facing a genuine crisis of diet-related diseases.
Did you hear that? So now, all of a sudden, when we have this massive push for weight loss drugs, now we have a huge crisis. When we've been screaming for decades that the obesity rate is and the rate of chronic illness is getting out of hand, like 3/4 of our budget, not budget, 3/4 of our expenditure, which is revenue for somebody else, is literally spent on avoidable lifestyle-driven chronic illness. People eating too much, drinking too much, smoking too much. And now we're going to call a crisis, now that pharma can clean up. That's what it is. That is what it is.
Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and hypertension each affect tens of millions of Americans.
What new, the completely new and unexpected information that we are now hearing. Like, this is completely crazy. You know what I think we should do? Because this worked so well for the last health crisis we had, we should close all the gyms and tell people to eat DoorDash every single day and tell them not to go out into the sun and make sure that everybody was stressed nonstop all day long. That's what we did last time when we were trying to hide from a cold. Maybe we should do that again now. Maybe we should just literally tell everybody to stay home and not go outside at all and just eat DoorDash all day long and be terrified and not get any exercise. Let's make sure to demonize exercise too. Let's make sure to paint exercise and fitness as white supremacist. White supremacist, that's a good idea. That's great because most, like C.T. Fletcher, super big white supremacist. I'm surprised dude doesn't even have a white hood to wear. I mean, Mike Rashid, I'm surprised, like, dude is such a white supremacist. Mike Rashid is such a white supremacist. It's insane to me. Maj Touré from Black Guns Matter. Yeah, white supremacist. Like, how stupid are you people? We need to do something. Do something. It cannot be just people like me and a few others saying something. This is a laughable, we are making a joke out of ourselves. We literally have an obese dude cosplaying as an admiral and other things telling you that being fat is bad for you and they're going to cure you. I'm not saying just because somebody is fat doesn't mean that they don't know what they're talking about. I'm saying that if you're systemically fat for the entirety of most of your adult life and look like you are unhealthy on almost every other marker, maybe you should worry about you before you try to give, I don't know, health guidance to the entirety of the human population for America. It's ridiculous.
And are associated with increased risk of heart attack and stroke, the two leading causes of death in this country.
So did you hear that, everybody? The government just told you that being fat and eating incorrectly is bad for you. I warned everybody about this. Everybody, because you think this is not just the beginning? They have a drug that they're going to be able to charge to insurance and to Medicare and Medicaid. You think this is just the beginning? Get ready for them to start viewing things in a very serious, skinny light right now. Get used to them saying, like, well, you know what? Being obese is also bad for the environment, because that's coming. Because it is. They have you. You are eating too much. You are being privileged and gluttoning yourself. It is creating more waste. It is creating more illness. It is creating more chronic disease. I am just for us trying to help you solve it instead of the government coming to try to help you, because there are no more fighting words than we are the government and we are here to help. This is the problem. The government, this person is going to help you not be fat? Fucking insane.
This crisis places a tremendous
It's a crisis now. It's a crisis. It's a crisis. Listen up.
economic burden on our nation.
Oh, we're talking about how fat people cost us money now.
Estimated healthcare costs associated with excess weight and obesity totaled nearly $173 billion in 2019.
So that's 2019 numbers, one. Two, I'm going to point out that anybody from the fat acceptance community that comes up with, well, the fitness and weight loss industry at $50 billion a year, shut up. Shut up. I mean, and I'm also going to point out that the $170-some billion a year is literally directed just when they list off obesity. They're not even directing the chronic avoidable lifestyle-driven illnesses that stem from the actions that you do to become obese and from staying obese, like the chronic inflammation. Like, because cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, for the most part, avoid, like, 90% of type 2 diabetes, 80% of all cardiovascular disease, 70% of all strokes, 70% of all cases of cancer are avoidable by lifestyle. Avoidable. We could be avoiding this, but you guys are too privileged to stop fucking gluttoning yourselves. Be prepared. I warned you. They're coming. They have you. They've fattened the cows. They're coming to fucking collect. They're going to put you on medication that fucks with you, that makes you fucking sickly, that weakens you. You don't think that medications with massive serious side effects aren't going to weaken you? There's a lot of people saying that these drugs, like a lot of data, not people, but a lot of data is stating that a huge portion of the amount of weight that people lose on these drugs is muscle mass. And I personally believe it's because there's almost no lifestyle mitigation and that the person still eats the same way. They just eat less of it. It's one of the things we worry about with No Morbidity also. We tell people, make sure you're getting whole. That's why when I'm talking about selling our supplements that in fact do completely change a person's outlook on hunger. They minimize your hunger to such a degree. They help you with stress relief. No Morbidity does that. Wait till you guys check out product 2. We are trying to come up with things that will help you avoid being on these medications forever, and also the cost from them and the seriously harsh side effects. But in the same time, I'm also telling people hydrate constantly, prioritize protein and healthy fats. That doesn't come with this fucking cosplay right here, this fucking charade. It doesn't come with that, right? So basically, like, let's be real. Let's do something about this, but they've got you guys. They've got you. Like, you're fat, if you're fat and on some sort of other medication, they got you. They got you already. If you're obese and you're unmedicated, I don't even know what's going to happen, but try to fucking fix yourself. But if you are obese and already on a medication for diabetes, heart disease, blood pressure, the cholesterol, anything, they've got you. They're going to prescribe this to you. They're going to tell you to inject it into your belly once a week. They're going to tell you that don't worry about it if you get pain in your throat or if you're nauseous or if you throw up constantly or anything like that, because they are just going to keep sucking you dry. Oh, and by the way, after the weight loss stops, after about 74 to 78 weeks, after the weight loss super slows down and super stops, if you go off of it, you're just going to regain all the weight even faster, apparently. That's what the data is showing. So instead, you could take a natural supplement that might, help you build healthier habits in a state of diminished hunger, and then you can wean yourself off of, go down to 2 capsules a day, go down to 1 capsule a day, see how your habits are. If you need a little bit of help, go back on 1 capsule a day until you get your habits good, and then normalize down. This is tragic. This is out and out just tragedy.
These burdens fall especially hard.
Burdens. You heard the word, right? Burdens. These burdens. One more time.
$173 billion in 2019.
These burdens.
These burdens fall especially hard on communities of color. People
No, I mean, they fall especially hard on everybody because we all share in the healthcare costs of these things.
living in rural areas and U.S. territories, and those living with disabilities.
So, people of color, people living in rural areas, people, it sounded like he was just, saying people.
Older adults, the LGBTQI plus community, military families, and veterans.
So everybody, thanks everybody. We appreciate it. I like your attempt at virtue signaling there, but everybody. Good.
This National Nutrition Month, please learn more about healthy eating and how...
A 300-pound dude just told everybody to learn more about healthy eating. At what level of clown world are we at? Like, who has the fucking Jumanji dice? Roll those motherfuckers. It can't be worse. Like, I mean, come on now, people. Holy shit.
How you can do your part to support healthy people, healthy communities, and a healthy nation for all.
Said by one of the more unhealthy looking people I've seen.
Please visit dietaryguidelines.gov.
Shut the fuck up. All right, let's do some Q&A. Fucking insanity. Like, out and out, just fucking ridiculous. So, I told you guys. Like, I warned you. I mean, I warned people that this was going to happen. I told you that they were fattening up the cow and they were going to go towards these drugs. And now they're laying the groundwork for it being a national emergency. You realize that, right? They are laying the groundwork for it to be considered a national emergency. And I'm not even stating that it's not. I'm just stating that the government trying to fix it for the people is the problem. The government should not tell you how to be healthy. They should have nothing to do with it. It was a massive, and I mean massive, overstep for them to even try to do anything about pandemic response. They should literally tell you the information and let you decide for your own, because as a newsflash, you're supposed to be fucking free people. Ridiculous. I'm going to go back here a little bit and then we're going to talk through. If I decide to be the queen of donuts, that's on me, not anyone else. That's right. God damn. Y'all seen the UK Secretary of Health too? That was some crazy shit that we will be talking about tomorrow. Okay, Adele? Let's leave that for a second. We'll be talking about that tomorrow, because that's some crazy shit. I hate when they bring skin color into it. What does it have to do with my skin? Got to do with my health. They pretend like we want equality, but then they pretend like we're completely different species. It's fucking ridiculous. Physician, heal thyself. Mental health is the biggest problem there. The sing-song voice is driving me insane. I hear you. I did healthy eating, right? He needs to learn something about healthy eating. I completely agree. Can't wait for the fat acceptance to come out in full force about this one. I don't know. I mean, a transgender fat person just said that being fat is bad for you. How are they gonna fucking go there? Like, how are they gonna maneuver that one? You know? Like, it's kind of crazy. Like again, what level of clown world are we at right now? It's fucking insane. Ren Farrell, I'm not going to stop people from taking them, but they should be trying to be healthy. I must have missed something. I don't know. My work brought in a bunch of donuts for Employees Appreciation Day last week. I took the apple. That's not really appreciation. I mean, people need to start viewing this stuff as like not healthy. You know, if you want to eat it because you like it on occasion, I think you should. I mean, everybody everybody does stuff that's occasionally unhealthy for pleasure. But, I mean, it's just sad. He eats healthy people, so count it, right? That's fucking savage. Alan has been doing this his part for years, but you all condemned him for it. It was an amazing last couple of years where I was right about everything. And everybody's like, oh, you sound so cocky about it. You fucking motherfucking right. You goddamn, I am going to remind people for the rest of my fucking existence that I was right for the last 3 years. I don't care if it becomes annoying or anything like that. You know what was annoying? Death threats for saying masks don't work when masks don't fucking work. You know what was annoying? Death threats and people trying to cancel my fucking businesses for saying maybe we should warn fat people that they're at higher risk. I literally got death threats for saying we should warn fat people and elderly people and make sure they understand that they are at a much, 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 much higher risk. And people would send death threats saying that it was dangerous for everybody. I'm not shitting you. So, pardon me if I seem like I'm taking a fucking victory lap, but that victory lap is going to last forever. And it's not even a fucking victory. It is just so people that hate me have to hear that I was right all the fucking time, so you can look past your dislike for me to the fucking information and realize I was right the whole fucking time. Don't let it happen again, you fucking pussy-ass lemmings. We are literally sitting here in a state of complete fucking fatness, ill health, and disgusting display of ignorance and denial about our fucking state of health in America. The overwhelming majority of deaths a year in America are avoidable lifestyle-driven chronic illness. I would be saving people's lives. It's amazing to me how people like myself and Crystal and Mark and other people, how we are actually trying to help save people's lives, save the fucking country, save taxpayer money, save people from fucking pain and agony, and we are the fucking villains? We're the villains? The fucking government telling you what you can do with your health is not the problem. People stating facts that are proven correctly over the course of time that were obviously true back then, and even though through all the propaganda you motherfuckers couldn't see it apparently, we're the villains. I'll wear it. I'll wear it. No shit. I'll be the villain that was right. Fuck off. The Pizza Hut pile of damaged cotton candy is a disgrace to anyone who wears uniform. Runblade, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Let's see. I'll take Alan was right for 1,000, Alex. I'm predicting every single fucking time. Every single fucking time. My 600-pound life episode, 700-pound woman with nutritionist from was a nutritionist for Detroit Public Schools. Are you fucking kidding me? I have to check that. Perhaps they should lead by example. I hear you. I like how my home country, Bahrain, with, I hope I pronounced that right, by the way, with socialized healthcare, decided to add fat tax to all unhealthy foods, including fast food, to force people to eat healthy. I mean, just so everybody understands, I don't think any of us should have to pay for somebody's lifestyle-driven chronic illness. I just don't. Like, especially if they're not trying to reverse it. I don't understand why my health care should be even more expensive. I was, and you can check my history, I was a humongous advocate as healthcare is a human right, and we should all, universal healthcare. I was all for it. No, not now. Not while these privileged motherfuckers are gluttoning themselves into fucking 400 or 500 pounds and then pretending like there's no fucking issue with it. Like, if you are going to, in such a privileged fashion, flaunt being unhealthy and let yourself be unhealthy, like, if you're not going to participate in your health care, I certainly shouldn't have to fucking help fund it. If you're not going to participate in your health care by trying to stay healthy, I should not have to help fund it. Reality, you know? Yay, government encouraging medical dependence at an early age and destigmatizing injecting yourself. Exactly. That's fucking exactly what it is. No shit. Basically, the Admiral is saying it affects lower income people. Well, maybe that's because there is a myth that bad food is cheaper than healthy food. Maybe. Alan, I agree with your conclusions. I've taken my health and habits into my own hands, down 100 pounds in a year, and no more antidepressants. Bam! That's awesome. That is awesome. Great goddamn job, Uncle John. Like, you're not my uncle, but that's your name, Uncle John. So anyway. How many cupcakes do I have to eat to be Admiral? That's a good question. Alan worked in healthcare. He has the credentials to be a bit cocky. Here's the thing. I could read data. Okay, because I'll tell you this right now. I would have just looked up what shit meant anyway. I can read data. You know, and anybody could have read the data. Anybody could have. But thank you, I appreciate it. It did help with knowing what some of the data meant. Praying the next administration has more brains than the current. The federal system is fucked. It doesn't matter what administration is there. It's too focus on your state and local elections. Make sure those people are very fucking seriously concerned about your rights. The federal government is corrupt to the core and I don't believe can be saved. I said it. They're not concerned. Fuck all that shit. Let's get healthy. A healthy population, the federal government cannot control you. The pharmaceutical industry cannot control you. But right now, to a great degree, our population is completely enslaved by the government and the pharmaceutical industry. People dependent upon government services and pharmaceutical products to stay alive and function. That is unsustainable. And it is modern slavery. Like, you don't think that the government would be like, well, I don't, you guys can get uppity all you want, but any relative that's on insulin might be in trouble if we shut the flow of that shit off, because they can. They're in charge of that shit. And we import most of that from like China. And you don't think that the government would be like, we're not, we are in such a compromised physical state that people just don't realize how fragile we are as a country. Like, all of you realize that if China wanted to take us over, they could just shut our fucking pharmaceuticals off, right? Wait a month and they're good. They could walk in the fucking door probably. Because a month, 2 months without pharma, we would never be able to produce enough here to meet the fucking needs. Because America absorbs like fucking 25% of all the pharmaceuticals. We would never be able to meet the fucking need. Like, we're talking in 2 months, tens of millions of people dead. And society in complete disarray from those that are just massively sick, those and the complete disruption of society from tens of millions of people dying in 2 months. Because that's what would happen. That's abject, that is it, like that scenario is super, super viable. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen because it's not going to be one of my predictions. I'm just stating that is in of itself a national security threat that Admiral did not bring the fuck up. Like, we should be extremely fucking concerned about it. Extremely. Alan, I discovered you about a month ago, and I now tell everyone I know to follow you. Sarah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Alan, what I meant to say is that it won't stop people from taking meds, but they should get healthy. Thank you very much, Ray. I appreciate you. Alan, my scale and watch show my body fat percentage is 5% different from each other. Which one should I trust? Watch is the lower one, by the way. I go by the mirror. Are you happy with how you look? Are you I would go by the highest one to see if you're in a healthy body fat range. If you're in a healthy body fat range, you're fine. Those things are so, the body fat calculators are so, so possibly off. I don't even, I go by appearance. I haven't had my body fat taken in fucking forever. Mark doesn't get his taken either. He just looks in the mirror, I said from the start, only people who felt like they were at risk should have stayed home. Everyone else should have been left alone. Everybody. They do, and I agree with you. 100% I agree with you. But the government, the federal government, nor the state, nobody has the authority to label citizens as essential and non-essential. Nobody has the authority to tell you need to wear something over your face for public health. They don't have the authority to. They draw power and authority from the Constitution. They cannot say something unconstitutional. They cannot decide, oh, it's emergency, we're pausing the Constitution. That's not how that works at all whatsoever. The rights of the Constitution are not because of the Constitution. The rights that we have, we are born with, and they are outlined in the Constitution. They can't shut off born rights. And they have. They're oppressive. We should do something about that. If only these fat acceptance people can know what being fit and healthy is. I say that all the time. They'll get there. They'll get there. They're going to be forced to. So, welcome to the Angry Bald Fam, Sarah Hood. Thank you, Angry Bald Fam. I definitely would not have grabbed anything if they had only donuts. I can't have it. That's good for you. Good for you. Jesus said, "The world hates me because I proclaim the world deeds are evil." Yeah, I'm not Jesus though. I'm very, very, very far from it. Here's the thing. Just so we can be clear, because I like being very upfront. I'm not a great dude. I'm a good man, but I'm a good man. I'm a good father. I'm a good husband. I'm loyal. I'm faithful. I'm a good friend. But if you're not in that circle, and you get in the path, I will run you the fuck over. Understand that. I am good. I am good for my country. I am good for me. I am good for my family, and I am good for my friends. But if it's a choice between people I don't know and my family and friends in my country, you best get out the way because I'm coming. And that's how people should view it, right? So I'm not Jesus by any stretch of the fucking imagination. That and I'm atheist. So go for that. Go over there. But thank you. I appreciate it. Just saw an article saying Coke and Pepsi give you more testosterone. They're not even. That's so fun. That's the thing. You cannot. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's like them like Lucky Charms are more healthy for you than steak. Shut the fuck up. I mean, like, why do we even entertain this shit? It's insane. It's ludicrous. It's fucking complete bullshit. I mean, completely bullshit. Alan's angry voice is feeling my workout right now. Good. I'm not even that angry. This is just how I talk. But I get you. Just saw an article saying soda pop can give you more testosterone. Oh, Jesus. I gotta look it up. They see people as prophets, not as humans. 100%. 100%. Keto and crime. What's up? Is there any reason why he's wearing military? He's an honorary admiral. Oh, look at this shit. Alan Roberts down 110 pounds. Boom! In a year. That's what fucking heroes do. It's not a matter of if you get yourself into a fucked up position. It's what you do afterwards. That's what fucking heroes do. That is fucking mad ass energy right there. That's what we fucking need. Great goddamn job. This should wake people up. No, it won't. There is going to be a certain number of people to be like, well, the government tells us that this is all a problem. Everybody should take their Wegovy and Ozempic. Like, it's like the people have lost track of the fact. But remember when, like, well, a lot of you might not, but decades and decades and decades ago, going on a pharmaceutical drug was avoided at all possible cost. Like the at-home remedies and shit like that. Like, at-home remedies, a lot of them fucking work because a lot of them are based in the same science that the pharmaceutical industry uses. They find something that works and then they replicate it in an artificial manner so they can then patent it. Like, you understand? Like, it's like oxycodone is literally a artificial patented form of a opioid drug, right? They have tons of drugs that are synthetic forms of THC when the plant works better than fucking what they fucking put up. They want to patent the shit. They want you to have to go through them. The federal government should not even be able to tell you what you get to what you can take and put in your body. They definitely shouldn't be able to tell you what kind of plant you should grow to be able to use for medicine at all. It's insane. It's completely ridiculous. The government should be able to tell you what type of, it's just insanity that we've gotten to the stage where people think that the government should be telling us every little fucking thing and that they possibly think that they're here to help us. They're not here to help. They are not. The federal government's entire job was to provide for common defense and protect our rights. We are weak as fuck as a nation. Weak as fuck. Our people can't even defend themselves because they're so fucking fat and weak as fuck, stretched out in massive fucking debt. Massive debt. And they're oppressing our rights. They're not, don't depend on the government to fucking help you. Out of all the products you sell besides No Morbidity, which would be the one you recommend if they could only afford one of them? What do you think would give them the biggest bang for the buck? Product 2 is coming out in hopefully 4 to 5 weeks. Product 2 next to No Morbidity easily. Product 2 is going to help a lot of people escape from sugar addiction. A lot of people. It'll help a lot of people get. I'm stating that it could help people normalize their blood sugar levels. And help with insulin sensitivity to the point where they could possibly maybe not need other stuff. I got to watch what I say. So maybe that's the plan. Shut off pharma and invade. They could easily do it. It's a very fucking serious thing. Alan, do you think some people should do zero carbohydrates in order to address IBS? I know several young women with all sorts of gut issues. The thing about great question. The thing about irritable bowel syndrome, chronic Crohn's disease, inflammatory any type of inflammatory orders of the gut. Every time somebody eats something, what people understand is it registers that substance as a forged substance that causes inflammation. Certain things you eat are more inflammatory than others. Shockingly enough, processed carbohydrates are the most inflammatory. It just is a fact. But I know a lot of people that eat one time a day, and they do that by eating keto or carnivore. They eat one time a day, and it gives more time to rest in between feedings. So their gut has more of a time to heal, so it helps with their IBS. But also that especially leaner cuts of meat tend to help the person keep inflammation low. They more go on a low inflammation diet, which is normally low inflammation. And I know people don't like to hear this, but low inflammation is basically meat and non-starchy veggies. It works really, really well. Great question. What are your thoughts on Garcinia cambogia? Garcitrin is the patented version of that, and that is actually in No Morbidity. Is Garcitrin at the clinically tested human dose? So I'm a big fan. Wild lettuce is an autumn painkiller. It's called plantain, actually, and I agree with you. Alan, I saw your thumbnail of the image of Rachel Levine. I need to say this. Rachel Levine is the last person we should be giving health advice from. But I hear you. I hear you. Well, we got a couple more minutes. I might go live a second time today. I don't know. We'll see. I might have more stuff to say. But I really hope everybody understands, we need to get ahead of this because what I said is going to happen. They are going to push really, 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 really hard. Novo Nordisk is next up. Pfizer had their day. People are not trusting Pfizer. They're not doing. But now here is something that people know they need help with. Go to TikTok and look up Ozempic results. Tell me most of these people aren't paid, because it's ridiculous, and the results they're claiming are minimal, and most of them are having very serious side effects from it. So just keep it in mind. What time will you come on later again today? I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe 5, 6. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody has a great week. You can. Oh, by the way, I forgot to put this. We do have some coaching slots available. We help people change their lifestyle bit by bit by bit. So let me go right. Where's it at? Where'd it go? Hang on one second. There it is. All right. So you can get No Morbidity at the AmbrosiaCollective.com, or you can get it at Vitamin Shop. You can also get a 30-minute consultation with either Crystal or myself via these links, or you can just join the app for $9.99 a month, and it's live and pre-recorded classes, HIIT style training, and you get to see what training I do. Or if you know you need help building healthier habits, our coaching pays for itself. Almost every client I've ever had that has said that they have ended up spending less money on the coaching than they did from the food savings they've gotten. So please do check that out. I hope everybody has a great goddamn day. We'll talk soon.